Where is mine? Got no headsets, no mic, no nothing.
No, we ain't just live just yet. No. Yes, we are. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is the quarantine. This is Dre Otis, and this is Rise. And I'm not even gonna say who she is. I'm gonna let her tell you who she is, her doggone self.
Roz and them Ogburn coming to you at WJZZ, the coolest station on radio and live stream.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been one crazy week. We've seen the fly seen and heard around the world. I don't know what kind of person Vice President Pence is, but I don't know how in the hell he didn't feel that fly sit on top of his head. But hey, more power to him. That thing sat there about 10 minutes. But we're going to move on from there. The president think he's Superman. We got the coronavirus, and he says he's immune. He ain't worried about dying. If y'all die, y'all weak. That's pretty much what he said. Man. But, yeah, the guy's crazy, but I ain't going to disrespect the man. He's very disrespectful towards the military, but what can I say? He did go on record and say that the Gold Star families are the one that gave him the coronavirus. At a meeting the day before that Senate. What was that? The Coney, what's that name? Judge Coney Island, whatever it is.
Yeah, don't
Amy Coney, something like that, whatever. But yeah, he said that he got that virus from those families. He wasn't worried about that until he talked to them, which is pretty much slapping more military families that have laid the ultimate sacrifice by losing somebody. But hey, it is our president. Some of y'all say Kamala not black, and that's why y'all not gonna vote for Biden. So, yeah. Voters report card. I don't know if you all know what that is, but that is out there. That's one of those things. You better start voting, because if you don't, they're going to figure out how to remove your name from ever voting again.
Yeah.
If
that's
we
deep.
don't get out and vote this
Yeah.
year.
Voting purging is real.
We still pushing that Supreme Court. The Republicans say, hey, I don't care what we did when Obama was around. We getting this woman in now. We going to do it no matter what you say. That's what we going to do. 1,000+ new cases in the state of Michigan.
That COVID-19?
We're still going. People still dying. But Superman in D.C. say it's just a hoax. It's just like the flu. Don't worry about it, baby. If you just get the flu, you ain't going to worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
Get your flu shot. That should help with your corona.
No, but I believe they made a special cocktail for him, though, right?
And that's really what pisses me off. We talk about this man all day long, but at the end of the day, he got sick with something that me and you again know people personally that have died from.
Yes, and some real stuff here.
But he literally got every single piece of whatever they could find to make sure this man is around.
Yeah.
After you said it was a hoax.
After you said it was a hoax. And I think at this capacity of way he's handling it, is really irresponsible as being our president and being representation of leadership, especially once he jumped his butt into that motor vehicle and just wanted to wave to the fans. That was like, but again, what's really going on? Like, no, you really had a lot of individuals questioning, like, are you faking that you even have this to put your drivers at risk?
But you know what? And that's the problem of it, because you did have so many people that felt like, wait a minute, if he doing that, he faking it.
Yeah,
and
literally.
The thing of the matter is, if you heard this man on Fox News the other night, sitting there hearkening, I'm like, wait a minute. He did get something.
Yeah, he had something.
That's not just no regular clearing your throat. On.
And then if you actually watch the news daily, they're saying, first of all, like I mentioned, there's a Pacific Special cocktail that actually has not been FDA approved, all right? And number two, they're saying that he's having side effects and results that is kind of a little abnormal. But because he's the president, he still can do what he want to do. So I find that so disturbing. Because you can't tell him what to do, and he don't listen.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching us on the quarantine. This is WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. You can find us on Facebook, Periscope, YouTube, and top social media platforms. And no, you cannot call us tonight, but you can comment and hopefully we see those comments and we will chime in and let's talk about it. So what time we got? Oh, it's 8:05. So enough of hearing my voice. Let's hear the beautiful voice of Miss Rosalind Ogburn, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, Detroit. We are going to Rosalind Report. And this evening, it was very challenging to decide what was going to be the focal commenting point. But I believe right now, with the election season at hand, the number one conversation should be the main topic for Detroit residents concerning Proposal N. I feel a lot of people are reviewing their ballots and having a main conversation about how this proposal may impact us or the residents in the community. I, as a resident, I, as a community leader, I, as a mother, I am voting no on Proposal N. And I think the N was like just so accurate. Don't you think so, Trey? Like, the N was like put there like for no, like literally. So you can't even get it twisted.
You know me, I'm weird in my mind, so when you, I'm
And
leave it alone.
for no, like that was just like perfect, right? But I'm just gonna put just a little bit of just noted information towards why I am voting no on Proposal N. So we as residents in the city of Detroit has actually been reaching and asking for many things. But as a former housing organizer for Detroit Action, we know many residents have been displaced. We've been impacted, and specifically by foreclosure and overassessments of property taxes, right? So at the top of the year, we do believe we were asking to be restored. Individuals that were impacted, that the city acknowledged that they were overassessed over $600 million. But they said, it was our fault. Yep, we were negligent, but guess what? We're not about to restore you. Nope, we're not about to give you nothing. But we're going to ask for some money to just tear down some homes, but we're not going to pay attention to really what the residents ask. So when we're going back to why I'm going to vote no for Proposal N, because I'm going to go all the way back to that. Now, if this was a proposal that literally had residents to say, yes, I want to make sure individuals that had lost their historic homes, we can prove that you've been here 3 to 4 generations, but your home was lost due to overassessments. Or we're also about, this proposal was going to implement maybe rec centers, seeing we don't have communities rec centers in our neighborhoods. And then even also, I'm just going to go hard, senior citizens, community centers that may have what we call holistic spaces, spa treatments, and pools, rehabilitation locations and centers. But we don't have that in the city of Detroit. For our residents and our...
They have those?
Yeah, they have those in other communities, but not in the city of Detroit. And so now if they were saying this is what we're offering to put our city in this high level of debt, I'm not even going to lie. I probably would say yes. But because you're just proposing that you're going to tear down but not restore, not ask what the residents asked to be put in place, this is why I say no. This is why this is a scam. And there's still residents that have been displaced. There's still individuals that were historically impacted, and people are still in transition. While we trying to survive COVID-19 and maybe going back into a shelter in. All they're talking about is tearing down. But we don't have a consistent and a right now plan for restoring and placing people in the homes. So my report on Proposal N is vote no. Our mayor has been negligent. It took many organizations to put fire up under his butt to make him even have acknowledgement and understanding of what was going on for displaced individuals. So we thank you, Detroit, for making sure you're informed concerning these proposals. But regardless what they're pushing, you will not put my children, just in case y'all don't know I have 5, in debt 30 years from now to make sure, or put them in debt to pay this bill, but we can't make sure they're really going to have something that can stabilize our communities and make sure our family thrives. So that's how I feel on Proposal No. N. Vote no. Proposal no. I said it right. Proposal no.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ms. Roz speaking, and this is what we do. We open up the platform. We open up the minds. If you support something, you support it. If you don't, you don't. She supports that. She doesn't support that, I should say. So with that being said, this isn't a place of endorsements or anything. Can you all hear me? What? I guess, but this isn't a place of endorsements. We're not trying to endorse anything like that. But it is what it is. This young lady spoke. This is how she feels.
Yeah. And then, like you're saying, I don't like when we look towards our future. 30 years is a long time from now. I know you have a son. How old is your son? How old is your son? Your youngest?
10.
He'd be 40
Oh yeah.
when this bond is due. If our residents or the city does not fulfill this obligation. So I think things like that need to be broke down. The residents need to have full understanding. And I don't even think it should have been on the ballot during COVID-19.
Right.
Really.
Right.
So I'll throw the ball back to you, Dre.
Well, we appreciate your perspective, Ms. Roz, and again, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we do. With that being said, again, you are watching the Quarantine on WJZZ Cool TV. This is the coolest station in the world. You can find us on Facebook, Periscope, YouTube, and all top social media platforms. And again, if you got any comments, we've shared it around. Please hit that box up, comment, like, hate, don't like, talk shit. Talk stuff, whatever you want to. You know, this is what you can do. With that being said, I hate that we even have to talk about this.
Dum dum dum.
But people thought I was crazy for a long time when I said I thought somebody would eventually try to start some kind of race war. As we all seen this week, the governor was down on a hit list to be kidnapped.
Like, this is ridiculous.
Like, not just kidnapped, they were going to take over the Capitol. No, they were going to blow up the Capitol, right? And then hold hostages from the Capitol. But this is the same Capitol that a few months ago just said, keep bringing them guns in.
Yeah, they allowed them. Shook their hands in. Made it seem like they were in unison. Some of the Republican parties, they were not objective to them individuals that came in on that violent mode with artillery and so forth.
And that's a problem.
Very much so.
Because here it is. We so divisive right now as a country. And I'm going to just be real about it. I'm not one of the people that's going to say it's not like anything has ever changed. Okay, yeah, we got certain freedoms. We can do this, we can do that. But again, I hate to say, you still another black person to some people. You still a nigger to some people. I wouldn't give a damn how good of an election some people ran. Some people are elected because they can affect certain policies because they know it's going to affect you as a black person. Some people become police officers because they know what's going to affect you as a black person. Mm-hmm. Some people become business owners because they know they can keep you out because you are a black person. Nevertheless, it's a shame where it has come down to the point to where we literally had a town poisoned, but nobody was in an uproar then.
Yeah, we were in an uproar, but we did not have the mentality to say we was gonna go kill Snyder. Though.
You know, that's what I'm saying. Nobody was lined up to say we about to go kidnap Snyder and take over the state of Michigan.
No,
and start the next civil war.
But it shows you the mentality.
But because this woman,
come on,
is in power now.
Yes.
Because this woman tells these men, guess what? Put a mask on.
Yeah.
You can't do this. You can't do that. Mm-hmm. Ladies and gentlemen, from a man that has been accused of being a misogynist before, and obviously you can hear that I'm not, that's some very misogynist type stuff.
Yeah. But I want to be able to, let me spin it from a different angle. So for those
that's what we're here for.
Yes. So I actually took this personally yesterday. So beyond, regardless what people think, I actually still take that whole state rep role, like real personal. So 2022, I'm coming at you. You already know. But point being, so looking at our governor as our boss and representatives at the state as our leadership, right? Uh-huh. Her main focus was to protect our lives.
Yes, ma'am.
That's what I saw, number one. But we understand it was also impacting individuals' pockets. So, yeah,
Oh.
so as a candidate, I also exposed to different levels that Michigan is number two in water activities and water sports compared to Florida. Florida's number one. A lot of people didn't know that. So, but also Michigan makes a lot of economic growth for our winter sports, for our cabins, right? And when you think of those up north activities, if we're closing down, would that impact them economically? If she does not open them up as they ought? Resorts, things that are now made require you to be enclosed.
But see, that's just it.
See?
When I look at those 13 guys, and ladies and gentlemen, trust me, what they were planning, it's a hell of a lot more than 13 out there.
Yeah, come on, that's it. That's what I'm saying.
So when your president's telling people to stand down, but stand by, they were waiting on this call to come out.
It was stand up.
That's what it was. Stand up, and stand by.
Back.
My problem is this. As a young black man, y'all not gonna make me old because I ain't gonna take it till I feel like being old. As a young black man that has grown up in Detroit, that has done some things I'm not proud of, that has changed my life around. When will we get to the point to where we understand that we are literally a minority in this country? If we don't start getting along, if we don't start having some of these conversations, guess what? Y'all can sit there and talk about you doing this, that in the hood, and this show block, that block. What you gonna do when a few of them people that don't look like you coming down that block and we not together, we don't have a plan to fight together, and they come tear that block up that you swore up down was yours.
Yeah.
You just sitting there hanging on by limbs, literally, because you'd have been chopped up. You can chop up somebody look like you, but you can't sit down and talk to somebody look like you.
Yeah.
You know, I have a problem with some of these things. I'm not going to sit and pussyfoot around. We have a lot of work to do together before we can get to talking about what somebody else needs to do for us. We don't want to do for us.
Yeah.
What happened to the neighbor being in your hood?
Yeah. But wait a minute. But see, I'm sorry. I got to spin it back to what I realized is that you said it. We are the minority in Michigan. We just the majority in Detroit.
We the minority in the U.S.
Yes, but let's just keep it in the state. Because what we concluded is that there is a whole nother race that was very upset. Because when we looked at the individuals that they had on the screen, was any of them black?
No. But see, that's what I say. Like, you know, when I think about it, and I'm pretty cool with some white people. I don't have a problem with that, or ashamed of saying that. The problem is, how can you be racist and you broke? How can you? No, let's just think about this. How can you support economy this, economy that, but you in the same situation that I might be in? You need the same help I need.
Absolutely. It
you
should
need
be
a bridge card.
You're right. It should be no difference and no variations because of what we look like.
Exactly.
But what we conclude is that if someone feel like they're not getting the upper hand or getting the most of the attention, we can clearly conclude that they feel like they're misplaced or not considered.
You know, I had a conversation with a white guy that pretty much got some money. And this is one of my college conversations. One of those preppy guys that really didn't have to go to school, but he was going to school because his parents told him to. Kid says, if you broke, you broke. That's what matters. Yeah. Don't matter what color you are. I got money. You don't. So no matter what you don't have, how can you be racist when you in the same boat? You should be fighting together.
Absolutely.
This is why I'm confused on how those 13 white guys that I'm sure has 13 families, and I'm sure, again, it's not just 13 of them. If you really believe it's 13 of them,
come on,
you got to be out your damn
Wait a minute,
mind.
I'm going to use the law, folks. You know, thank God I don't have any bugs. But what they say, if you see one roach, you see 1,000.
Right,
So if
right.
you see 13, there's a whole squad somewhere. And like we that notice the squad is not young. There's a head one that is
You know what?
granddaddy of all of this.
And I looked at those pictures like, what the hell?
Cause they looked young.
But where we
Mm-hmm.
skin tone, we
Yeah.
can't come together with the ages.
So to come up with a real plan.
Not even just that. Where I sit and talk about older black folks upset with younger black folks. You literally look at 13 of those people that was on that TV screen. Those were mixed ages that sat down, shut up, put together a cohesive plan to take over the state of Michigan, to kidnap and or kill the governor, and so forth and so forth.
I don't think you want me to go down this road because
Why don't I?
okay, so when I look at this, I actually see multiple examples of white supremacy intentionally
Speak on it.
organizing and decisively breaking stuff down to make sure they get their agenda across. I think that's where we have the problem. We do have a problem being unified and to move forward. But we realize destructively, my brain just went from, what was it? The McVeigh, the gentleman that just blew up the bombing, the federal bombing and what in Utah.
Timothy.
Yeah, Timothy McVeigh. I mean, literally to stay on certain mindset, but he had to go. So being diabolical is disturbing. First of all, and that was a diabolical plan. Let me just go there. Let me just get 1 minute on this. I'm timing myself
Go.
now. First and foremost, how dare there be a whole plan to kidnap and do our governor any harm when our whole purpose, intent was to save us during a global health pandemic. People was dropping dead. We didn't even know really what to do to survive and to protect ourselves. So to shut things down and for us to not be contaminated was her number one option to be put in place. But what we realized is America's whole drumbeat has always been about the mighty what? Dollar. Period. So this is what I realized that fused him. You're correct. It ain't just about your color of your skin, but it was the impact economically that has been trickled to see what's going on. And this is why I feel we need to get our butts to the polls because our current representation of our president has not even make a spoke or even made any innuendo of saying, how dare anybody come against a governor with a plan to do any harm?
Why?
It should be open treason
Why?
off rip
But
because
why?
he's in cahoots, because he's agrees, and because that's why he got to go. All right, my 1 minute up. That was like 1.5, but go ahead.
It's not 1 minute. The thing, the fact of the
I'm
matter
done.
is, this is truth. We speaking truth here, and this is why I sit back and say, this is beyond just somebody getting mad at a governor. People are taking mental cues. They're listening to certain words
Yes.
that they're being triggered by
Dog
certain
whistles.
people. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching The Quarantine on WJZZ Cool TV. This is the coolest station in the world. You can find us on Periscope, YouTube, and all top social media platforms. And I know you got to be enjoying this conversation. If you don't, why not? Give us some feedback.
Yes. We have Miss Brenda Thompson joining our conversation. Thank you, Miss Thompson. She says, join the conversation. It is good. It would be better with you engaged. So join us on Facebook, guys. We're live.
So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, think about this for a second. Your governor was literally almost kidnapped if somebody didn't snitch.
For real.
You would have been waking up tomorrow or in a few days or whenever they decide to do this, trying to figure out what the hell happened while I was asleep.
Yeah. And I was yesterday, I literally had to inhale, exhale, inhale, because I was mad. I was really mad.
I mean, you should have been.
What just happened? They tried to, her family, one that attacked her at her winter home. Like that just it's. And then I think the disturbing part that 2020 has already been disturbing by many people leaving us this year. That was so unexpected. But to say there was an intentional plan, an attack to take her, that was just what we're dealing with. And you made note on it. The dog whistle statements that our leader, our leader is sending out to individuals.
You see, you being nice right now.
No, because he still is a representation of our government. That's some bull.
Say that. Say representation of our government.
Yeah, because he's a poor representation
of
it.
Yeah,
because he's supposed to be, though. That's the disturbing part. He has the title of it, and he is not.
But he doesn't have a title. Just his title is president, not leader.
Come on, correct me. Thank you for the correction. Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's his title, president.
Come on. Thank you. We got Mr. Alex Schultz. Thank you, sir. He said he glad he made it. Go ahead.
Hey, shit, he better have made it. I'd have been calling his phone upset with him later on. What's up, Alex? What's good? But, speaking of that man, guy went crazy after he had to get steroids for this disease that he said was a hoax. Again. And I get that some of y'all like this man because of the economy, but guess what? You can't spend money on a gold street if you dead. Listen to what I've just said.
Yeah.
You cannot spend money if you are dead. So I don't care how good the economy is for you. If you get sick with this virus and your body can't handle it.
Yeah, you out.
You gone.
And I'm glad you made note for that because the cocktail that they stated that he took was not FDA approved.
Mm-hmm.
And for any of the residents that are listening for 9th House District, our current representative, State House, offered actual drugs to be offered up for our districts to sample it without it being FDA approved. Did y'all hear that? So what we have to pay attention to, ladies and gentlemen, that while all this is going on, are we willing to be case studies? Or are we willing to survive through all of this? And so this is why thank you for correcting me, that this poor representation of leadership. Because you just said it. He don't know what side effects he happen. Because he's not even in a hospital to be observed at a high capacity for a cocktail. What?
The guy had a parade. This guy had a parade and went back to the hospital. Ladies and gentlemen, I worked at Receiving Hospital at Arbonne Payne. I served soup, salads, sandwiches, and whatever else you might have needed. I ain't gonna tell you whatever else I had.
Say whatever you needed.
But whatever you needed, some of us had inside of Arbonne Payne. And every time I seen a patient try to leave that hospital, I seen security chasing them down.
Yeah.
So how is it that this man, with a very effective, I wouldn't care if...
You're the president.
Again, you hopped in a vehicle, and God bless those doggone men that have to drive this ignorant man around. He hopped in a vehicle to go outside to wave at supporters.
He said who at the end of the day was out there.
May get sick. He did a whole.
Yes.
Y'all, it made me want to throw up. I couldn't believe what I was watching.
It was very disturbing, very disturbing.
For the simple fact, again, me and you know people together that have passed. We will never get to have those conversations, those hugs, those friendly smiles. None of that. We won't see that again.
Yeah. And if you remember at the beginning, if you were a senior, they quarantined you.
Mm-hmm.
They put you in the nursing homes. Your people couldn't even see you no more. They had to call you on your phone. And that's what I find that it's being, once again, be due to we're having the opportunity to vote in less than 27 days and put somebody in position that actually respects protecting our lives, respect the lives that have been lost.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's another thing. Because his behavior is really saying, like we're saying, that he has no comprehension or respect towards individuals that caught this disease and wasn't able to recover.
But then what do we say about the people that are promoting vote for Kanye West or some other candidate that we pretty much know at this point is not going to win?
No,
My thing is this.
no.
You hold
I'm gonna speak on him.
people forgot that Donald Trump was elected 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Where was all this anger? Where was all this activism?
Mm-hmm.
Where was all this, that, and the other 4 years ago?
Yeah.
Michigan did not come out and support Hillary. I mean, I'm not up. I can't
No,
say
remember she won. So remember she won.
the popular vote.
Yeah, she won the popular vote.
Right.
She didn't win the college electoral vote. But as we stand now, Biden is ahead with the popular vote and the college electoral vote.
That's fine. But what I'm saying is, how do we wrangle these people in that are literally promoting vote for Donald Trump because Biden came from Obama, who ain't black enough for some, who this, who that, but they didn't mention that he didn't have a Senate and a Congress on his side. You know, these are facts.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not talking about something that's just I'm farting out my behind and putting in my hand and throwing out into the world.
Mm-hmm.
If we're going to talk about these things, let's talk about facts.
Yeah.
He didn't have what he needed to have to help out whatever you were looking for.
Mm-hmm. And I think that would be a great transition into the stimulus package, right?
But that's, again.
Because right there, you ask why or what would be able to get the attention of the individuals that feel like he should further represent us for the next 4 years.
But see,
because right now, we're about to go into the shift for the last quarter of the year, right? You have individuals that have still not received the first stimulus check.
I never
right?
got it.
Number two, in the city of Detroit, we ain't gonna talk about the whole country, but I'm just gonna talk about Detroit. That winter is about to come, and we feel like this might be the worst winter. We still have families and households that have not had housing repair, and then not been economically engaged or we just say uplifted like they ought. So the stimulus, this second round, would have been at least a winter coverage and package for individuals to secure any housing, repair, or anything that they need. And we ain't talking about no Christmas, y'all. We talking about our seniors that may have been impacted, or individuals, like we saying, that just needed to do some additional things because financial situations have not been available. We know so many jobs have now closed.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, unemployment has not come through. So when we say, why should I allow him to represent us for another 4 years? Let me just throw this. Obama let that stimulus and unemployment package go for a whole 24 months. I was a recipient of that. So while we playing, while he trying to figure out, should he give you some more money? That's how we should look at this. There should be an extension, and you should be making sure families have what they need as we roll into.
You must have missed the announcement earlier.
What?
Now he wants a package bigger than what the Democrats or the Republicans could have wanted.
Guess what?
This is why I said
it's
right
27 days. He talking the shit, y'all. I'm going to keep it real. And he going to keep talking, but watch, he not going to push nothing.
He can't. The man is sick right now, ladies and gentlemen.
So it's just
This beautiful elderly senior man. I'm not going to disrespect my elders, my seniors. I love y'all.
Yeah, we're going to be respectable to Miss. That's why I'm calling him, I'm being nice. Real nice.
This guy.
That was being nice.
Is playing y'all. Again, I understand some of y'all are money lovers. I like money. But at the end of the day, you can't spend a damn thing in a casket 6 feet deep. Your family can't even spend it because they can't have a funeral sometimes. Because of what? Coronavirus.
Come on. Yeah.
So, if he can't protect his own house because of his own negligence, you really expect 4 years to make your black behind so progressive, so good, you gonna get this, you gonna get that. When the guy couldn't even say, I don't support white supremacy.
Yeah, he couldn't denounce it, but he called them out by name.
But some of y'all hollering, he gonna do $500 billion for us.
No.
No.
Alex says, look, The board of review has 6,500 plus applications for the hip tap so far. Last year, this time it was 3,000. Okay? We expect for December the total to be 17,000 homeowners unable to pay their property taxes.
But
ladies and gentlemen,
we have Detroiters saying the economy is good.
It's not good.
Now, that's homeowners, correct?
Yes.
Not just a renter.
No, these are homeowners. These are property taxes. And also, I want to just throw this shout out that the conversation also is for DTE. You know why they're trying to have all these additional programs to help you pay for your utilities? Because we all know the utilities have went up since we've been at home. The bill is double since we've been home. Kids on the game mode. We got to have Wi-Fi. Everything plugged up more. And so what we realized, the stimulus package was to help offset our bills, especially for individuals that have been displaced and they didn't have jobs from day one. A lot of individuals had gig jobs, but guess what? You tell us don't go on the street, so you can't get your gig, right? And then I'm just gonna keep this out there. I'm gonna need, if you're a nail tech, please text me. We can't find no salons. Can't get your feet done, your nails done. That's real. See, I remember you hollering about the barbershops.
It's a lot of stuff I holler about nobody pays attention to because I'm not all crazy acting and all in your face and spitting and foaming and damn near giving myself a stroke. Because I'm not doing all that. I'm going to say what I'm going to say and I'm moving forward. It's for you to receive that information. I don't have to be the clown in the room. I never wanted to be the class clown. I want to be funny. I want to slight attention. But I ain't never wanted to be the one that you... He might be telling the truth, but that nigga's crazy. I ain't doing that. So when I say something, trust me. Either you listen or you don't. My mom she raised me. I'm not repeating myself twice. I don't know how you repeat yourself twice, but she wasn't repeating herself twice. And she had to say it again.
It was trouble. Yeah. I try not to be as redundant, but I realize everybody learns differently.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ain't no fools out here. Again, this is 2020.
We're not.
You're not stupid. You can think for yourself. You can love yourself. You can do anything you want to. Just use common sense. The president right now that we have, the current national leadership that we have, needs to change.
Period.
If you know people that's out of town, tell them to look at the Senate. Tell them to look at the Congress. You expect Joe Biden and Kamala Harris to go in and do these great things, but they might not have a Senate.
Yeah.
So then what?
Yeah.
We're going to be right back here saying, they ain't doing this. They ain't doing that. Because we did not vote.
Yeah. And talking about that, I've heard individuals say, okay, what else we voting for? So yes, this is why it's important to review your whole ballot. We are putting in more and beyond than just the presidential and the vice presidential candidates.
But see, we talked about this kind of last week. A lot of this stuff goes down to voter education. Again, I hate to say, I don't live anywhere else. I voted one time in Rockford, Illinois.
Okay.
I voted for Rob Blagojevich, who ended up being another criminal. But people here know that if I have a certain name, people are going to vote for me. You know, I don't know if you heard the rumors, but there's rumors around going with this whole school board election. Yes.
What rumors have you heard?
I just said I heard rumors. Damn it. I just said I heard rumors. Look, you might have heard what I heard. What you heard?
Look at all them rumors. I was just trying to figure out what
they probably the same rumors. Yeah, I don't want to break no news to somebody.
He said that. I'm not going to say rumor. I'm going to say a fact. So what I heard is we weren't aware of all the actual candidates that were on the ballot for the educational board. We were kind of surprised. Like, oh, snap. Didn't know they were running.
And, I mean, I drove down 8 Mile tonight. Earlier.
Oh, yeah. Saw a lot of signs.
Oh, man. Big, bright billboard signs. I'm like, this is a school board election. Who's funding this?
Yes.
Think about this,
That's
people.
very, and that's very crucial for that angle. Who is funding
Who
these
is
candidates?
funding some of these big billboards? This is Detroit public schools we're talking about.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you make a mistake, your kids will pay for it
Yeah.
because we do not find out who our candidates are. We do not become active until somebody tells us to be active. We look at the news and say, oh, hey, I know that name.
Yeah.
I know that face. I'm going to vote for him.
Neither do we look at how the budgets, the process is going on, especially with the COVID-19. It was very, very confusing with, like you say, this transition and returning back.
I want to say something real quick. My homegirl, Tarnetta Carter, she going to kill me if I don't
Yes.
say something.
Yes.
But this is real interesting. So I feel that all candidates should have debates. I do too. And I'm not even going to say all candidates should have debates because guess what? We all know some incumbents not going to show up.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, when I do decide to run, ladies and gentlemen, you will know when that time comes because I'll let you know.
Yeah.
I plan on having town halls. Because, ladies and gentlemen, you are watching The Quarantine on WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. And you can find us on Facebook, Periscope, YouTube, and all top social media platforms. I thought I told y'all earlier, but you can't call in tonight, but you can hit us up if you're watching this on the net. But back to my comment. We got to get busy.
Yeah. And I think where Tarnetta is at is that I was not able to renew my application for precinct delegate for 336 in Warrendale community, but I was precinct delegate for the last 3 terms. And so I had the ability, though, like Tarnetta said, is to galvanize the candidates and host a space for my residents to know who the candidates are. So what the debates allow your residents the opportunity is to see, do this person know about what, like, the issues I stand for?
Right,
or
right,
are they educated about policy? Or, what's the work they've been doing in the community? So she's absolutely right that regardless of the COVID-19, there should have been required Zoom calls for some of these candidates beyond these educational
But
facilities.
you see, I don't feel like it has to be required for the simple fact us as voters should demand something. Don't require me to do something. I demand you to come tell me what you want. Since you're running in my community, let's talk about what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Let's talk about if you want to align my ideas with yours. When I run, I'm not about to sit here and blow smoke up people behind. I'm going to go in and do this, that. I ain't going in and doing a damn thing. It's just not realistic.
Yeah.
You can say what you want to do when you get there. But when I first get in as a first-time elected candidate, I got to go in and really figure this job out. Because this ain't just you get elected and it's the same thing you've been doing. This is a whole nother ball game.
Yeah.
You got to figure out who's really on your side, what really you can do, the nuances and the ins and outs of the BS political game that we follow. We still not trying to change it, but we sit and cry about it all day long. So I want to know what my community needs as a first-time candidate.
Absolutely.
I need to align that to what I want to do. But when you have candidates out here promising, I'm going to do this, and you sit there and take the damn chicken and the ice cream and the red pop, that's on you.
Absolutely.
Don't get mad a few years later when
They
ain't
don't do
nothing
nothing.
change.
Yes.
But also, don't get mad at the candidates that, guess what, have to make tough decisions.
That's true.
Everybody's not going to be happy. Not for 4 years. I'm going to piss you off maybe in 2 months.
That's true. That's true. Because like we're even saying with the decisions Gretchen had to make. Like you're saying, everybody is not happy that she closed things and didn't open them in the timely manner that they thought.
Right.
Right. And so, but we didn't expect people to put a hit out on her, right? So I think, and then I'm going to keep this 100. I know folks about to laugh. We from the D, right? And I think that real convo when they said, well, ain't nobody put a hit out on Snyder. How dare they try to think? And she literally was trying to save our lives. So when we look at this as a whole, and when we think of our cities and our communities, you're totally right. Our communities have to be more engaged. They have to care. But when you understand that we have had leadership, and I'll just use like Snyder, that has been negligent, like our current representative 45, that just don't care. And they only care about their own interests, lining their own pockets, and basically smoozing who they want to be. It does not have the benefit for them all. And I want to just say, while we even talking about our state, we are forgetting we got a whole state on fire, right? And in a health pandemic, we still don't hear our representation shifting the dynamics to come and to do all we can to pause and help individuals that are fleeing from their burning homes. And so, like we're saying that on all of this, it is time for every community to wake up.
Right.
It is time to say that if I might have lost hope, I need to wake up and have hope for tomorrow. Because tomorrow not promised to nobody at this point.
Nobody.
Period. And so, like we're saying, every voice counts. Every piece of energy is appreciated and accepted. And even to the point of, like we saying, contributing financially towards certain situations. Because not just going to keep it real. If your kids are homeschooled right now, they can't get to the school, and we got parents that don't have lunch in their houses, what we doing about that? So it is like we saying the village right now. We should be having a different mindset. Seeing, like you said, if they can get unified at a dozen, come up with a whole plan.
In a few months.
And damn near implement it.
In a few months.
And damn near implement it.
Man.
we need to regalvanize ourselves and focus on what we need to have for our babies.
But the problem is, again, Miss Roz, when the hell are we just going to shut up and meet at the table and talk it out and start moving?
We got the time. It's the time. It's the time, ladies and gentlemen.
Me and you saying that.
It's the time.
Me and you can sit there and say that every week. But if other people don't want to move on that, if other people want to keep up silliness, if other people want to keep up bull, if other people want to keep up lies, see, why y'all keep trying to make me cuss, man? Y'all know I be going there,
Hold
man.
on. We got Stephen Boyle. He on it. I got to make sure I find the first feed. Let me see.
He said something about a P.O. box, and I'm like,
yeah, hold on.
Steve, I love you. What the hell you talking about?
Duggan never meets with Century Partners and the Black Developers for District 2 in Fitzgerald. And he said they are failed. Local municipalities.
Dang, what Steven said, that's Alex.
No, you right. I'm in Alex. You right. It jumped down. Yes, sorry. This is Alex. So, Stephen was saying Detroit in our neighborhoods and Detroit for our children's our P.O. box. So he's saying these aren't even real organizations locations.
Man, why didn't you say that, man? I'm talking about no P.O. But I'm thinking you need some mail sent to you.
Yeah.
And I want to put
He said it's a shell game, ladies and gentlemen.
Steven. You know you can't put in something like that in the doggone comment box. You got to explain that, brother. But now I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Shell games that are going on with hitting entities and organizations as if they're doing the work.
So is Detroit for our neighborhoods and for our children, are those people that are supporting school board candidates? Oh, you just love Roslyn? I'll fight you.
No, we're on the stream. He's tripping. He ain't supposed to be reading. He's just making sure.
So, I mean, but what, Steve, if you could tell me what exactly is... Oh, okay, I see what he's saying.
Yes.
Okay.
Because
wow.
you know the weeds.
Yeah,
know the weeds.
Yeah.
And so what we're saying, residents, if you're in the stream, is that within our district, they're hiding. It's a shell game with a lot of the work that is done. And so why it's so important to, we call it power map, because you conclude who are connected to each other. And so we'll look at Quicken Loans, how they own multiple entities and organizations. But you really never really find who a lot of these housing owners is. But when we realize we got homes that sit for years in acquisitions, but regular residents can get access to them. And I know I'm pivoting back to that proposal end, but this is another thing when we have self-interest individuals moving things in our community. And this is what Dre is saying, why we must get engaged. because there's so many levels to this. I use the word intersectionalities, right? All of this stuff intersect. And so just like Alex is saying, let me go here. Here we go. Majority of them are shell games and agents involved. Illich, UAD, hold on, it's coming in. Gentrification, boards of the U of M. And so what we need, everybody, to start getting on board with organizations so you can learn, so you can understand, and so you can get your voice heard. Because it goes beyond just elections day. We want you to know that. Go ahead, Dre.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got 5 minutes, but we about to shoot the real quick. We can sit here and talk all day long. But if you are not actively trying to get new people to vote, guess what? These conversations we have all day long go for nothing.
Come on.
Because you preaching to the damn choir. And I'm sorry, I sang in choirs. I walked down the aisle waddling like a duck and all that stuff before. At some point in time, you have to bring new blood, new faces, new energy, all backgrounds.
That's it.
Into the fold. If we sit here and keep going out saying, yes, I'm proposing in to the same people, no, I'm proposing in to the same people, you talk to the same people. You're not getting the people that you should be out here really getting. I don't care how many community block clubs you talk to. How many of those people are already registered to vote? All of them.
Yes.
How many of those people have already decided who they're going to vote for? Probably all of them. So guess what? No matter what your crusade is, no matter what you're fighting for, if you're not trying to bring new blood in to help out with the cause, you are preaching to the choir. Roslyn, we got a few minutes. What you got to say, Mama?
Yes. So, well, like he just said it. If you ever been to church, you know the pastor don't turn around and talk to the choir. He talked to the parishioners, the individuals that came to see Jesus. And the reality is that we know we need hope. We know we need individuals and youth, because that's basically who our future is. So anybody you know that's listening and they got family members, 18 and between 18 and 30, get them engaged. Get them involved. Ask, are they registered to vote? And ask what they care about, because the bottom line is what they care about. What are their issues and what they want to move. That's what I tell people. Politics impacts us every day. All right. And then also, for those that weren't aware, I am also the state manager and organizer for the National Urban League. And we're focusing on getting people out to vote and reclaiming your vote. And so we're doing voter registration every day. If you go to my Facebook page, it's Rosalind M. Ogburn, and I'm sending out links on a constant. And then we're also doing phone banking every single day from 4 to 8. But we will be at this event that will be at Renaissance Village Residence for a 7 Mile and Evergreen, making sure individuals are registered to vote. They got a free food giveaway, backpack supplies, and everything. Come and join us, and we want to make sure you have a voting plan, because I think that's the conversation. Everyone has not reached for the absentee ballot, but there's 30 satellite locations, 25 drop boxes available, and you can still go in and vote on election day at your poll. So make sure you get your voice heard.
Ladies and gentlemen, I feel like we need somebody to come bring us some of those pastor's cups with the Kool-Aid or water in it with the lid on top and wipe our heads off at the end of some of these shows. Because we in here doing our thing, but we do it so good, we make it hot. And again, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you all for tuning in to us again tonight. This is The Quarantine. You have been watching us on WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. You can find us on Facebook, Periscope, YouTube, and all top social media platforms. People, get active. Do your thing. Vote. It's simple. Just vote. I like food stamps, so I'ma vote. I like waking up and doing certain things, so I'ma vote. It's all according to the freedoms that we have. You put the wrong person in office, you're going to get the wrong results. Ladies and gentlemen, we out.
See you next Friday.
Yeah.
You sure we got one more minute?
Oh, he cut it from me now.
Okay. I'm like, I didn't set the thing. You sure with that? Yeah, it's the beer, and I got like 3 shirts on and shit.